30 billion new Taiwan dollars rental subsidy program by Ministry of the Interior. 2 pet food products found with excessive heavy metals. Man stands guard in raincoat for 10 hours in 1 degree Celsius at Wuling. Philippines alarmed by China's monster ship in disputed Shoal. 300 North Korean troops killed in Ukraine. The rate of HMPV infections in northern China is declining. Sydney beaches shut again over mysterious debris. Global report says obesity needs new definition.
Hello, I'm CJ. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Thursday, January 16th, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, the Ministry of the Interior has launched a 30 billion NT$ central expanded rental subsidy program, offering monthly rental subsidies ranging from 2,000 to 8,000 NT$ per household for individuals or families without own properties and below a certain income threshold. The program aims to encourage marriage and childbirth while supporting vulnerable groups. Applications are open now. The Taipei City Animal Protection Office announced that recent testing of 100 pet food products revealed 2 items with heavy metal content exceeding legal limits. The cases have been handled in accordance with the Animal Protection Act, and the office is supervising the manufacturers to ensure the recall and destruction of the affected products. A man visited Wuling Pavilion to wait for snow, braving the piercing cold rain late at night in a raincoat and dancing in the freezing 1 degree weather. Remarkably, he stayed for 10 hours straight. And in global news, the Philippines accused China on Tuesday of intimidating its fishermen at the disputed South China Sea shore and normalizing an illegal presence after Beijing sent its largest Coast Guard vessels into Manila's maritime zone. The move comes amid rising tensions between the Philippines and Beijing over the past 2 years, driven by their overlapping claims in the South China Sea. China's embassy in Manila stated that the shore is part of China's territory and that its actions are in full accordance with the law.
Jonathan Malaya, a spokesperson for the Philippines National Security Council, reiterated a call for Beijing to withdraw the monster ship deployed to intimidate Filipino fishermen around Scarborough Shoal from Manila's waters. He said, "We were surprised by the increasing aggression shown by the People's Republic of China in deploying the monster ship. It is an escalation and provocative, describing the vessel's presence as illegal and unacceptable." The Philippine Coast Guard said it had sent 2 of its largest vessels to drive away the ship, whose presence aims to normalize China's illegal deployment of Coast Guard vessels in Manila's exclusive economic zone, EEZ.
South Korean lawmakers said about 300 North Korean troops have been killed and 2,700 others injured while fighting for Russia against Ukrainian forces, as Ukraine revealed more details about 2 North Korean soldiers it has captured. Following a closed-door briefing, the lawmakers told reporters that poor understanding of modern warfare tactics, combined with how these troops are being deployed by Russia, has contributed to high casualty rates among North Korean soldiers.
According to the lawmakers, the agency also reported that North Korean soldiers have been ordered to commit suicide by detonating explosives to avoid capture. Ukrainian and U.S. officials estimate that approximately 11,000 North Korean troops have been deployed to Russia's Kursk region, where Ukrainian forces launched a cross-border incursion in August and recently initiated a new offensive. Neither Russia nor North Korea, which have been strengthening security ties, has publicly confirmed the troop deployment. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky stated on Sunday that Ukraine is prepared to exchange the captured North Korean soldiers for Ukrainians held in Russia, adding, "There will undoubtedly be more."
The rate of infections with the flu-like HMPV in northern China is declining, amid some international concern over a potential pandemic. HMPV, which belongs to the same family as the RSV, causes flu or cold-like symptoms, including fever, cough, and nasal congestion. These symptoms often resolve on their own, although the virus can cause lower respiratory tract infections in children, older adults, and immunocompromised. Experts say that HMPV is unlike COVID-19 as it has been around for decades, and there is some level of built-in immunity to it.
A researcher at the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention said, "The human metapneumovirus is not a new virus and has been with humans for at least several decades." She explained that the increase in the number of cases in recent years, despite the virus being first detected in the Netherlands in 2001, is due to improved detection methods. She added, "Currently, the rate of positive HMPV cases is fluctuating. In northern provinces, the positivity rate is declining, and the rate among patients aged 14 and below has also started to decrease." Concerns arose recently over a surge in HMPV infections in northern China after images circulated online showing hospitals overwhelmed with masked patients. The WHO stated that it has not received reports of unusual outbreaks in China or elsewhere.
Sydney's popular Manly Beach and several nearby beaches were closed on Tuesday as authorities investigated marble-sized balls of white and grey debris that had washed ashore, marking the latest mysterious incident in recent months. The Northern Beaches Council reported that most of the debris consisted of marble-sized pieces, although some were larger. The council stated it was organizing the safe removal of the debris, whose composition and origin remain unknown. The closures coincide with the peak of the Australian summer.
In addition to Manly, officials have closed DY, Long Reef, Queenscliff, Freshwater, North and South Curl Curl, North Steyne, and North Narrabeen beaches until further notice. Other beaches are currently being inspected. The council stated that it is collecting samples of the debris for testing in close coordination with the New South Wales Environmental Protection Agency. The agency has advised members of the public not to touch the debris, which resembles the material that washed up on beaches in October, including the famous Bondi Beach. That earlier debris, initially believed to be tar balls, was later determined to consist of decomposed cooking oils, hair, and food waste.
A group of global experts is proposing a new way to defining and diagnosing obesity, reducing the emphasis on the controversial body mass index, BMI, and aiming to better identify individuals who require treatment for the disease caused by excess body fat. Under the recommendations, obesity would no longer be defined solely by BMI, but would also incorporate other measurements, such as waist circumference, along with evidence of health issues related to excess weight. Obesity is estimated to affect more than 1 billion people worldwide.
According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 40% of adults have obesity. The report introduces two new diagnostic categories: clinical obesity and pre-clinical obesity. Individuals with clinical obesity meet the BMI and other markers of obesity and show evidence of organ, tissue, or other complications caused by excess weight. Those with pre-clinical obesity are at risk for these conditions but do not have any ongoing illnesses. BMI has long been regarded as a flawed measure that can diagnose obesity, currently defined as a BMI of 30 or higher. The report notes that individuals with excess body fat do not always have a BMI above 30. Conversely, people with high muscle mass, such as football players or other athletes, may have a high BMI despite normal fat levels.
The answer for yesterday was C, repressive. The military regime in power was unpopular and repressive. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Philippines alarmed by China's monster ship. Intimidate, 恐吓. They were intimidated into accepting a pay cut by the threat of losing their jobs. Dispute, 争执,纠纷. The unions are in dispute with management over pay. Overlap, 交叠,部分重叠. the fence is made of panels that overlap each other. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday news. Be sure to tune into Funday news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm CJ, your host. I will see you next time.